Alright, Hag Sameach everybody. I want to relatively quickly, talk to my Jewish friends here in America who are either identify as Democrat or identify as liberal or going to vote for Democrats, but who are pro-Israel. You know, I've come across some of you nice people, and most of you are nice people, good people. And, you know, I've gone on the topic of Trump with you, very quick conversations back and forths. And I noticed that this is the pattern of conversation. I see that Trump comes up in conversation. Usually it's with someone else. I don't really like to bring that stuff up to people who I know are not kind of game. And I say to you, simple things. Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem. He recognized the Golan Heights. And by way of Mike Pompeo, he basically approved the annexation of Judea and Samaria, if Bibi wants to do it. You guys come back to me, and you say, what about the whole good people on both sides thing? And what about, there was some other thing. Oh yeah, the Jews will not replace us thing. Folks, I have a question for you. This is just a logic exercise. Who do you think, or what do you think is more, legitimate? What checks out more in your eyes? The reality of the ground of a person who became the first president ever, and the first president out of all the presidents who ever promised to move the American embassy to Jerusalem. What checks out more? That fact on the ground, and the first president to recognize the Golan Heights, besides others since Clinton, or maybe even before him, or, you know, Daddy Bush, who promised, I don't know if he promised, but for sure Clinton did. And Clinton promised to move the embassy to Jerusalem. This is a guy who did that, right? He did all those things. And he defunded every single Palestinian entity, both in America and abroad, in terms of embassies and all that kind of stuff. Versus the media, who you know this for a fact, when anything happens with Israel and Hamas, or Israel, period, they lie through their teeth, right? So the same media that you know lies through their teeth when it comes to Israel, you suspect, or you want it to be true, what they're saying, which is obviously we now know. You can go check the entire quotes, the entirety of the quote, what he says. We now know it's out of context. Part of a bigger, press conference of things that he said, where he actually didn't refer to those people. And the people that were there had nothing to do with him, and he disavowed them, right? Folks, so what checks out more in your eyes? I'm just trying to understand. A reality on the ground, or something that was taken by the media and turned into put in a blender, turned into a cholent and regurgitated back to you for something that you want desperately to be true. And when you tell me this stuff, when I meet you guys in person, you tell me this stuff, what about stuff. Why? Because you're trying to reconcile the glaring reality of the fact that this is the most pro-Israel and pro-Jewish president ever in the history of America, of the world, really, right? If not the world. Now you guys come and say, well, this guy's pandering. Folks, I mean, he's pandering to the Jewish community. He's meeting with Orthodox Jews. Folks, I mean, that's some pander. That's really a big, big pander. Even if you consider that his daughter converted to Judaism, Orthodox, and then his son-in-law is an Orthodox Jew, and then he opened up an anti-Semitism, some kind of special task force, and defunded all these things on campus by the Palestinian entities, that you see today, by the way. My friends, I mean, I listen to him when he says you need your head examined. It's true. I'm trying to understand you, and I can't understand you. Either you live on some sort of plantation, or you just want it to be true, or I don't know. I can't explain it. And now you come in and saying to me, some people come saying to me, yeah, they both suck. I know Kamala's anti-Israel. I know this guy Waltz is, him and he's like friends of all kinds of imams with pro-Hamas and pro-Al-Qaeda imams. Documented. Folks, this is documented. Yeah, I know. I'm just not going to vote at all. Folks, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. But my ultimate question is, and it's a question I asked at the beginning of this video, what checks out more to you? The reality that you see in front of your face, or concocted spin from the same media that reports either half-truths or manipulations about Israel, where you know they lie. They're known liars. They're reputable liars, right? They're proven liars. So it's just strange to me to have these conversations with you, and for you to say that he's pandering. So the previous presidents, the fact that they were campaigning on these things and they said to us that they would do this and didn't do them, that's not pandering. That's actually, folks, that if anything is pandering, that's the definition of pandering, as opposed to what Trump did, which is actually integrity and owning up to your word. On top of that, helping Jews all over the world, given everything that's happening. Folks, the Democratic National Convention has at it, around it, adjacent to it, 100,000 or more pro-Hamas orcs. Folks, they have attracted it. Why have they attracted it? Because they know they have an ear in those people. Kamala even said in one of her speeches, you remember what she said to those people. They were screaming, "Free Fakistan," and she said, if you want us to win, you're going to stop that right now. Meaning, I agree with you, just stop it. Stop saying that in public. Folks, this is who they attract. Trump recently said in a meeting with Orthodox Jews in his country club, he said, we have to expand Israel. Israel's too small. Anybody who hates Israel, we're going to deport from this country. Anybody who came over the border, who's affiliated with any of these groups, we're going to deport from the country. Folks, I mean, I don't know what else could be done for you to understand just like a basic thing, something logical, that a particular person is on your side. Despite what the media twists and spins and whoever... Folks, those people were feds. They weren't real. Those guys that would not replace us guys. I don't know if you know that. They were feds. Just like Candace Owens is proving to be a fed. You can't make that flip like this, right? It's a little bit strange. Folks, I mean, I speak to some of you. I could literally tell you, Trump just allocated billions of dollars for the materials for the Beit HaMikdash, for the temple in Jerusalem. Oh, but he had those people that are Israelis. Folks, I'm telling you, I could literally say the word. Trump allocated millions of dollars for the building of the Beit HaMikdash. Today's Tu B'Av. For the wood, for the Beit HaMikdash, for the metal, for the copper, gold, and silver, for the temple, for the third temple in Jerusalem. He's going to be like a modern Cyrus. He's going to help us build it. Oh, but he had the road. Folks, I say this in kind of half jest. Some Jewish people are the smartest dumb people I know, or you're the dumbest smart people I know, whichever one. Anyway, guys, just wanted to get that out there. Because it's just, you confound me. First and foremost, you confound yourself. Because you're trying to reconcile it instead of just looking at facts on the ground. You're confounding yourselves, guys. Get a grip. Get a grip on reality. Wake up to reality. Wake up to what's going on at the DNC, which is right in front of your face. Oh, we're gonna weed them out of our party, folks. Weed, folks. These aren't weeds. These are trees. And it looks to me like you can't see the forest through the trees. All right, guys. Aksameh.